we will be able to feel the presence of Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the sound vibration. Gaurangera madhur lila jara karna praveshila hridaya nirmala bhela tar. This is a beautiful song written by Narottam Das Thakur, where it says Gaurangera madhur lila, the sweet pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Jara karna praveshila. If these pastimes enter into the ear, hridaya nirmala bhela tar. His heart becomes nirmala, or completely purified from within and without. So our aim in life is simply purify our hearts so that we can feel, or we can see Krishna within our heart. Krishna is in the heart of every living being, is it not? We learned from high school that God is in the heart of every living being. But why are we not able to feel the presence of God? How many of you are able to actually feel the presence of God and talk to Him on WhatsApp? We are not able to feel. Why? Because our heart is impure, it's covered. Like a mirror. Mirror, we can see everything. If the mirror is covered by dirt, then one cannot see anything. Similarly, the mirror of the heart is now covered by the dirt of material desires. By the process of hearing and chanting, by sincerely hearing about Krishna, about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, about Lord Ramchandra, their pastimes, and by crying out in a humble mood, by chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. By these two processes of Shravan and Kirtan, our innate love for God becomes awakened, and then we can see God, we can talk to God, and we can serve Krishna or God in a very intimate way, according to our constitutional position. Yesterday, we finished, anybody remembers till where did we end yesterday evening?
You started telling others.
Discuss the Venkata pastime.
What is the last Ramayana pastime? Vibhishan pastime.
Vibhishan pastime, yes. Then we after that we also discussed how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is preaching to Paramananda Puri's well. We discussed the story about Paramananda Puri's well. And then afterwards we discussed how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Hampi. Remember yesterday we discussed. Hampi is a place which is in now it is called Hospital. Hampi, the place where Hanuman and Sugriva were residing, the headquarters of the Vanar Seva, VMC, Vanar Management Committee, that was performing their Lilas from there. Hampi, anybody been to Hampi? I spoke about it yesterday a little bit. No? No?
Seven trees.
I told you a story, the 7 trees they were embraced. Yeah, that is the main story. I told the story about Vali and Sugriva had a fight there. Right? So that was the last place. Then after that, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Gokarna. Did I tell the story of Panchapsara Tirtha?
Yes.
Today morning or evening?
Previously also.
Yesterday. You know, there were 5 Apsaras who came to disturb Achyut Rishi.
Yeah.
Yesterday evening we discussed that. And they were cursed to become crocodiles. You know, everybody is, like Prabhuji, Mataji, you can say, you know, everybody likes to look nice. You can say, how are you Prabhuji, Mataji? How are you Crocodile Ji? The crocodile is, so they were feeling very bad. But Achyut Rishi had cursed them. Then he told them that when Arjuna comes, Arjuna will free you from curse. So they were cursed in Satya Yuga, but they were relieved of the curse in Dwapara Yuga. After that, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to one place called Gokarna. Did I tell that story yesterday? Gokarna. Gokarna is a very historic place. Anybody has been to Gokarna? It's between Udupi and Goa. When you go from Udupi towards just little bit south of Karwar. Correct? Gokarna. There is one Shivalinga there. The story of this Shivalinga is very interesting. Then the battle of Ramayana just about to begin. At that time, Ravana was thinking that if I can get the help of Lord Shiva, then I will be victorious. So he traveled all the way from Sri Lanka. He went to Kailash to meet his master, Lord Shiva. And he requested Lord Shiva that please give me one Shivalinga made by you, Atmalinga. Lord Shiva is very kind. He is called, he's also called Bhutanath. He is very kind to the Bhutas also. And also he is very kind to foolish and demoniac people also. Lord Shiva's compassion is beyond any bounds. He wants to help all. So he is having compassion on Ravana also. He said, okay, I will give you one Shivalinga. The Shivalinga made by Lord Shiva. And he had to carry that Shivalinga from the Himalayas to Sri Lanka. It's like cross country, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So from Himalayas to all the way till Sri Lanka. And as he was carrying the Shivalinga, the demigods were thinking that if Ravana has this Shivalinga worship, then it will be difficult to defeat him. So they devised a plan. So that the Shivalinga would not reach Sri Lanka. When they came, Ravana was traveling and he came to this area where now Shivalinga is Gokarna. It's interesting, you just arrived and was telling the story of Gokarna. That's your hometown. You have some connection with Lord Shiva. Not with Ravana, but with Lord Shiva is a great Vaishnava. His devotee Ravana is not a good person, but Lord Shiva has no faults. So when they reached Gokarna, so by the arrangement of the demigods, Ravana had to suddenly go to answer some nature's call. That this requirement is there for everybody, whether you are in Ravana's party or in monkey party. So Ravana was thinking now. He was told by Lord Shiva that once you keep the Shivalinga in one place, you can't move it. So Ravana was thinking, I cannot keep it down. If I keep it down, then finish. So he saw one Brahmana. I think it was Ganesh, in the form of Brahmana. Haribol Prabhu, can you hold this? I'm just going to do some urgent work and come back. So Ganesh said, yes, no problem. But please come back soon. I will call you 3 times. By that time you should come back. The Ravana handed over this Shivalinga to Ganesh. As soon as Ravana left, Ganesh said, Ravan, Ravan, Ravan. The 3 times they chanted the name. Ravana did not come, so he kept the Shivalinga. Haribol. Sometimes demigods will not use tricks like this, to fight the battle. When Ravana came, he was very angry. He said, what? You kept the Shivalinga here? And Ravana tried to lift it up. But because Lord Shiva had told him, you cannot move it, he just tried very hard. He was just struggling. So much so that with his fist he smashed and pieces of that Shivalinga flew up in the sky. And that's how I think there are 4 or 5 places. One is called Murdeshwar. And what other places? You remember the names of it? There are some places where the parts of the Shivalinga fell, and there are temples of Lord Shiva. Murdeshwar, if you go by the highway from Karwar to Udupi, then you find, or between Goa and Udupi somewhere, you find a big deity of Lord Shiva. You see? Somewhere in that area, Karwar area. So that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to this temple of Gokarna. It became very holy. It's already a holy place. But by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's going, it became even more holy. Now Lord Chaitanya, after leaving Gokarna, he went to Dvaipayani. Anybody know what is Dvaipayani? Dvaipayani is modern day Mumbai. It's an island, Dvipa. And then Lord Chaitanya went to Surparka. Surparka is modern day Thana district near Mumbai. It's part of Mumbai actually. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further travelled and came to the holy city. In Maharashtra, there is a holy city where Lakshmi Devi resides. Kolhapur, yes, Kolhapur. Lord Chaitanya had darshan of this deity of Lakshmi Devi. There are many temples there. According to Srila Prabhupada, there are almost 250 temples at that time when Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj wrote. Now there are few temples like Ambabai Mahalakshmi Temple, Temlai Mandir, Yellama Mandir, like that. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Pandharpur. And this is what I want to concentrate in today's lecture. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's visit to Pandharpur. How many of you have been to Pandharpur? Practically everyone must have been. Pandharpur is a very holy place, the eternal place of Lord Vitthal. And there you find Lord Vitthal is standing on a brick and he has his arms on his shoulders and is eager to serve his devotee, whose name is Pundalik. Pundalik is a great Vaishnava and he is engaged in serving his parents. His parents were not ordinary parents, his parents are pure devotees. Lord Vitthal is so pleased. Lord Vitthal wants to come and give his darshan. But Pundalik is so much busy serving his parents. He says, "My Lord, please wait. I am coming." The Lord is standing there in anticipation of meeting his pure devotee. Lord is standing on a brick. That is the place, Pandharpur. Very holy place. In fact, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother, whose name was Vishwarup. Vishwarup is the elder brother of Lord Chaitanya. He was a very scholarly person. Nimai was very naughty. In the school sometimes he would joke. Sometimes he would go to play in the Ganga. And the Brahmanas would come to complain to Lord Chaitanya's father, Jagannath Mishra, that your son is creating a havoc. What will my son do? He goes and plays in the Ganga. And sometimes, we are coming out of the Ganga and we are just taking a bath. And Nima and his friends are waiting outside and they have some water of the Ganga in their mouth, and as soon as they come out, another snan. We have just dried our body. Actually it is also Charanamrit and Mukhamrit. Charanamrit is coming from the lotus feet of the Lord and Mukhamrit is coming from his mouth. And some of the devotees, some of the Brahmins complained that Nimai, I had gone to take bath and had kept one Shivalinga outside just so that I can come back and worship the Shivalinga. And when I came there, Shivalinga had disappeared. And one of them said, I was just kept puja paraphernalia for Lord Vishnu, some sweets, some flowers, some chandan. And Nimai came. When I was not watching, he took the garland of flowers and put it around his neck. He applied the chandan to his forehead and he ate the sweets and he was smiling. And when I came and said, Nimai, what are you doing? What is this nonsense? Nimai smiled and said, do not worry. That person for whom you had brought it has accepted your offering. Nobody knew that he is Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. Sometimes people would keep things when they would take bath, and Nimai would play with them, take away the things. Sometimes they would exchange clothes. The clothes for men and women, other different ghats, but Nimai would exchange. Hare Krishna. Very embarrassing situation. Sometimes Nimai, he would just go swimming inside the Ganga, and some Brahmana would be chanting his Gayatri mantra very attentively. Om Bhurvasva Bhargo Devasya. And Nimai would come down, pull his legs, Swaha. And some of the Brahmins complained that Nimai, he would make the children, I would bring my children take bath, and Nimai would put water in their ears, and he would make them cry. And this way, everybody was complaining about Nimai's naughty behavior. And all the Brahmins, they were complaining to Lord Chaitanya's father, and Jagannath Mishra became so angry. Jagannath Mishra was a very disciplined person. He took up his stick and ran. He said, "Where is Nimai? Where is Nimai?" And he went running towards the Ganga. In the meantime, those who complained, they were also friends. They loved Nimai. So they came to Nimai by a different route and said, Nimai, your father is coming. Be careful. Nimai came out of the Ganga, dried his body, and put on some marks of ink. Why did he put some ink marks? Sorrowful. Why did he put up some ink marks? So that it would appear that he has just come back from school. Hare Krishna. Rohit, you should not do things like this. It's only for the Supreme Lord. So he came like this, and his father, before his father came, he went by a different route and reached home. He told his friends, when a father comes and asks, where is Nimai? So please tell him that he has not returned from the school. Then Nimai went back by a different route, and Nimai's father, Jagannath Mishra, Nimai! Where is Nimai? And Nimai's friends and the Brahmins said, Nimai, we are also waiting for him. He has not come back from school. After he comes back from school, we will play in the Ganga. And his father was shocked. He said, who is speaking truth? Who is speaking false? How do I know? So, then some of the friends of Nimai, the Brahmanas, they told him, actually, your son Nimai was right here. And he was playing, but he learned that you are coming, so to escape he has gone. But please understand that when Nimai performs these Lilas, it gives us great pleasure. We are narrating this to you so that you also take pleasure in your child's activities. If the Vedas had 10 million mouths, they could not describe the great fortune of Jagannath Mishra and Shachi Devi, who had Lord Gauranga as their child. Gauranga.
Gauranga.
Your voice sounds as if you are not taken prasad for last 3 days. Chant loudly, Gauranga. Gauranga. Bhaja Gauranga, Gau Gauranga, Lau Gaurangera Namare. Lord Chaitanya name should be sung everywhere. So Nimai ran back to where his mother was and just jumped in the lap of his mother. The mother, I have come back from school. Can I go to take bath in Ganga? And Shashi Mata was shocked. She was examining very carefully. What is saying? Looks like, right? Because he looks very dry and he has got ink marks. So in the meanwhile, Jagannath Mishra came and Nimai rushed to his father and said, Father, I am going to take bath in Ganga. Jagannath Mishra knew everything. He said, Nimai, you are joking. Why are you causing inconvenience to others? We are Brahmanas, and it's our duty to help people take bath in Ganga and perform their pujas as per the rituals. And you are creating nuisance. You are harassing people who are taking bath in the Ganga. You know what kind of sinful activity this is? And Nimai pretended as if he didn't know. He said, Father, I am just returning from school. And you are blaming me? I have not done anything wrong. Anyway, I am being blamed, so let me go and do some mischief. Because anyway, the charge is on me. And Nimai ran down to play with Ganga. Mother Ganga is so fortunate. Jamuna and Ganga are both fortunate. In Vrindavan, Lord Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, performs his eternal pastime in the river Jamuna. Beautiful song. Ami Jamuna Puline Kadamba Kanene Kiye Nisaki. Lord Krishna is performing his sweet pastime. Jamuna is so fortunate. In Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whenever he would see any river, he would think of Jamuna. Whenever he would see any mountain, like in this construction site, like here, our new temple is being built. Lord Chaitanya would come here, he would see that as Govardhan. And whenever he would see any forest, he would think it is Vrindavan. That should be our consciousness, to see everything connected with Krishna. So, Ganga and Jamuna both are holy rivers. So Ganga was thinking that Jamuna is more fortunate. In Dwapar Yuga, Nandanandan Krishna is performing his Leelas in the nectarian river, Jamuna. I am not so fortunate. So in Kali Yuga, Lord fulfills the desire of Ganga. That same son of Maharaj Nanda has now appeared as Sachinandana. Brajendra Nandana Jai Shachi Sutta Oilo Sei Balarama Oilo Nitai. Nandanandan, Krishna, has now appeared as Sachinandan, Gaur Hari, and Balaramji has appeared as Nityananda. Dina Hina Jata Chilo Hari Nama Uddharilo Tara Sakshi Jagai Madhya. And Dina Hina, the most degraded personalities, are purified. And what is the proof? The proof is Jagai and Madhya. The song written by Lochan Das Thakur. Just next week is his appearance day or disappearance. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he made Ganga fortunate. He performed his Leelas in the waters of Mother Ganga. Sometimes when Lord Chaitanya was standing on the bank of Ganga, a Brahmana was observing that there are some waves coming, and Ganga waves usually come and go back. But here the waves were encircling Lord Chaitanya. And then the Brahman understood that the Ganga is assuming this form just to touch the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sometimes in Mayapur there is great floods in the month of September. And once it so happened that the water rose all the way to touch the lotus feet of Radha Madhava. And one other time when the water was rising, our very senior devotee, Shipad Janani Prabhu, he took the deity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from the altar and just put it down to touch the water. Immediately the water went back. Because Ganga Mata wanted to serve and touch the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Lord Chaitanya was performing this mischievous pastime. But on the other hand, Vishnu was very serious. He knew nothing but studies, would study very nicely. And he would associate with Advaita Acharya. Every day, early morning, after rising from the bed and taking bath, Vishnu would run to associate with Advaita Acharya, Srivas Thakur. And they had non-stop kirtan and discussion on Krishna Katha. Vishnu was a source of inspiration for all the devotees. He would go on discussing till noon time. Then Shachi Mata would tell, Nimai, go and call your elder brother. So Nimai would run. And as when Nimai came, the Krishna Katha would stop. All the kirtan would stop. All the devotees were mesmerized. And they would just behold the divine beauty of the son of Mother Shachi, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. They would just be stunned. Everything would come to a standstill. And Nimai would lovingly catch the dhoti of his brother Vishwarup and say, "Come, come, mother is calling you." And Vishwarup would come back, honor prasad, and immediately go back. It was not like, we have lunch and after lunch means Hare Krishna, 2-3 hours break. Constant katha. Shachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra were thinking, our son Vishnu is associating with devotee, that is very nice, but there is too much association. They feared that he may leave home. We want to make sure that he stays home. So what did they decide? They decided to marry him. The way of keeping the child bound at home. So Vishnu was very intelligent. He did not try to convince his parents. Sometimes we know it will not get convinced. That night, when he heard the news that they are planning to get him married, he left home incognito and travelled all over Bharatvarsh. He took sannyas. And Vishwarup, after taking sannyas, his name was. Anybody knows the name of Vishwarup after taking sannyas? Vishwambar is the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but his brother, not Damodar or Chaitanya, not your children's name, but his name was some Swami, Shankararanya Swami. Is that correct? He became Shankararanya Swami. He travelled all over Maharashtra, all over India, and he came to Maharashtra last in Pandharpur, and there he decided to end his pastime, and he returned to the spiritual. So I told this story to give you the background how Pandharpur is important. In Maharashtra especially, it is considered to be the capital of all the tirthas in Maharashtra. One great saint, Tukaram Maharaj, he was staying in Dehu, which is near Pune, about 200 kilometers. Tukaram Maharaj would go every year to have darshan of Lord Vittala. And Tukaram Maharaj was old, he could not come. Lord sent his Garuda to bring Tukaram Maharaj. But Tukaram Maharaj was thinking, I am not qualified. The Lord himself came to give darshan. When you are a pure devotee, Krishna is pleased to give you darshan. That is why our grand spiritual master, great grand spiritual master, the spiritual master of Srila Bhakti, of Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta, Sadhu Thakur. And he would say, do not try to see God, but try to serve God in such a way that God wants to see you. Not try to see Krishna, but try to serve Krishna. So, Vishnu, he left the world and went back to the spiritual world. Tukaram Maharaj is an interesting story, I was just remembering. He was a grihastha, very sincere devotee, but his wife was not very cooperative. She was not so much of a devotee. Tukaram Maharaj had such deep faith in the plan of the Lord, in the fact that Krishna is my maintainer and Krishna is my protector. These two are the symptoms of Sharanagati. Sharanagati means Avashya Rakshive Krishna iti Vishwaso. To have perfect faith that Krishna will protect me and Krishna will maintain me. After all, we see, even birds and animals, they are maintained by Krishna. Very few birds and animals have bank accounts. But still they are maintained. Krishna is protected. If the business is closed down, you get 95% marks and you fail the exam. Somebody treats you very nicely and somebody doesn't give you any prasad to eat. The weather is very cool and comfortable, like in Bangalore now. And suddenly it's become very cold in the night and falls to 10 degrees. Whatever happens, what should we say? Grihe Thako, Vane Thako. When you say Grihe means home or the forest, always remember Hari, Hari. No more worry. Tukaram Maharaj was in that transcendental consciousness. If you want to see ideal grahastha behavior, you can learn from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, from Tukaram Maharaj, so many great souls. It's confirmed what I said. Tukaram Maharaj is a great soul. So then, the time came for the harvesting, and the understanding was that whatever shortage is there, Tukaram has to pay. So then they analyzed and they found that normally whatever the crop production is there, this time it was 10 times more. Like every year it could be about 100 kgs, this time it was 1000 kg. So then the committee decided that whatever normally was growth, that should go to the landlord, and whatever is extra should go to Tukaram Maharaj. Jai Jai Vitthal.
Jai Jai
Shri Hari Vitthal.
Shri Hari Vitthal.
And Tukaram Maharaj, what did he do with the extra crop? He packed it up and sold it in the market. He kept it for his future years. What did he do? He said, Hari Bol, we have got extra production this time. Anybody who wants, please take as much as you like. Hare Krishna. Very few markets do like this. And his wife was very happy that this time there has been extra production. But when he came back home, he didn't have anything. So she asked what happened. He said, extra production, that's not mine, it belongs to Vitthal. And everybody is the son of Vitthal, so I gave everything. I was thinking, Kai Veda Manas. In Marathi, Veda means mad. Thinking, how unfortunate I got a husband, he is a madman. But so much, see how much the Lord loves. Tukaram Maharaj from Devu, he would go to one mountain. There are two very famous mountains in Devu. One is called Bhandara Dongar. Dongar means mountain. Correct, Saurabh? You speak Marathi. Bhandara Dongar. Another is Bhamchandra. So every day, because he knew if I stay home, wife will just keep on saying something. So he would go to the forest and he would write books and bhajans. But his wife was so dutiful. She would cook prasad for him and then go looking for him. Tukaram Maharaj didn't have any mobile or, location link where he is. Even if he had, he would not send it. Tukaram Maharaj wanted to be all alone. But his wife was looking, where is Tukaram Maharaj? Suddenly, one thorn entered into her feet. And one very beautiful person came and lovingly took out that thorn. Who do you think that this person was? Lord Vitthal. But actually, when she realized it was Vitthal, first she allowed, then she said, Vitthal, she became very angry. She said, this Kalya, this black person, he has brainwashed my husband. So she did not like that. But Lord, the point I am making is Lord loves anybody who serves devotees is so dear. I mean, she was not serving in a positive way. She was constantly cribbing, complaining, chastising. But still she was cooking prasad for her husband, who was a pure devotee. And because of that, she also got mercy. So this is the way spiritual logic works. If you are just connected to some devotee in some way, then the mercy flows through. Like yesterday I told that story of Sarvam Bhattacharya, right? Yesterday I told. Sarvam Bhattacharya, his son-in-law, whose name was, I told that story yesterday. Amogha. Amogha had done PhD in fault finding. He was such a rascal. But because he was the son-in-law of a great devotee, Lord Chaitanya bestowed his mercy on Amogha. Kaliya was very cruel, poisonous snake. It was so poisonous that the vapor which was just coming out of the lake was so poisonous that anybody would breathe would die instantly. But still Krishna showed mercy to Kaliya. He did not kill Kali. He danced on him and punished him, but then forgave him. Why? All the other asuras were killed. Putana was killed, Trinavat was killed, Agasur was killed, Bakasur was killed. But Kaliya survived. Why?
His wife.
Because his wives were ISKCON devotees, Krishna devotees. Even one member in the family is a devotee, the entire family is benefited. I remember one devotee in Pune, when Mataji, she was a very sincere devotee since 1988. The husband was not a devotee at that time. So she would complain, Maharaj, my husband is not devotee, what should I do? So Maharaj said, just be patient, give good prasad. And just because of the Mataji's patience and continued prayers, husband became again wonderful devotee and is one of the leading counselors. So even if one member in the family is a devotee, entire family is benefited. In Lord Chaitanya's Lila, Sarva Bhattacharya was not a devotee earlier, but his brother-in-law was a devotee, Gopinath Acharya. And Sarva Bhattacharya became devotee. And Lord Chaitanya told, Srivas, you are so dear to me. Everyone in your home is very dear. Not only you, your brother Sri Ram, Sripati, Srinidhi, even the cats and the dogs who are there in your home, in your neighborhood, they are also very dear to you. So this is the way devotional service works. And Tukaram Maharaj, now after he gave up this job, again he was just Jai Jai Vitthal, Shri Hari Vitthal. And then one merchant was selling mirchi. What's your mirchi in English? Chili, yes. I don't take so much, so I don't know. Chili, or like chili. So he was selling chilies. He told Tukaram Maharaj, I will give you this service, you can sell chilies and part of the profit you can keep. You can keep the whole profit, no problem. Tukaram Maharaj got so many gunny bags of chilies. He went to the market and announced, the chilies are available for a very low price. Anybody who wants, please take it. You can pay now or you can pay next year, no problem. Hare Krishna, this is very good deal. Credit without credit card. There is no record of how much anybody took. Imagine if we had like this today in a big bazaar, as a Reliance Fresh, Hare Krishna, everybody would take everything. And Tukaram Maharaj was just, and everybody was coming and asking the price, what is the price? Tukaram Maharaj was so innocent, he did not know the price. He told, तुम्हाला नेहमीची किंमत माहिती आहे ना? Do you know every year's price? Na? That is the price. No? And after taking some, like people would take 1 kg, 2 kg, and they would ask for something extra. So I remember when I was also a child, I would get, my mother would send me to buy tomatoes, so 1 kg. Then I would say, put one more tomato, little extra. That's the practice. So the people would ask him, give me a little extra. He would say, everything belongs to Vitthal. It is in front of you. Take as much as you like, Baba. No problem. Please take. So everything was gone. And no money. Pay next year if you like, as you like. I don't think Amazon has that scheme. So now one bag was left. One bag of mirchi. And one gunda came. You know what is gunda? Gunda. It's like dacoit, not dacoit, but gunda, you understand, right? In Karnataka, what do you say for gunda? And that means here also you find some, yes. This is universal species among the 84 languages. Gundas. So this gunda came, he says, I am a very famous person and I want some chilies and everybody knows me. And the people around out of fear said, yes, we know him. They didn't say why we know him, but we know him. I want to take one. Jai Shri Jagannath Maharani ki Jai. Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Everyone said, yes, we know him. But for what we know him, they did not say. They were fearful. He took the entire bag. He said, I will pay next time. Tukaram Maharaj said, okay, at least you give the gunny bag. No, that also I'll give next year. That all was gone. Tukaram came back chanting, Jai Jai Vitthal, Shri Hari Vitthal. 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 Pandarinatha Vitthal. Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala, Pandarinatha Vittala, Panduranga Vittala, Pandarinatha Vittala, 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 Jai Jai Vittala, Shri Hari 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 Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala, Pandarinatha Vittala, Panduranga Vittala, Pandarinatha Vittala, Panduranga Vittala, Pandarinatha Vittala, Panduranga Vittala, Pandarinatha Vittala, 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 Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Panduranga Hari, Jai Jai Panduranga Hari, Jai Jai Panduranga Hari, Jai Jai Panduranga Hari, Panduranga, 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 Pandarinatha Vittala, Panduranga Vittala, Pandarinatha Vittala, Panduranga Vittala, 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 He was completely absorbed. And he came back home and he told his wife, all the merchandise is sold. She was very happy. She asked, where is the money? Oh, money, that I did not collect. Hare Krishna. Today's world, the shopkeeper, they take money and don't give the merchandise. Sometimes you buy something in Amazon and you buy a mobile and you get a piece of soap. So much cheating goes on. I'm not blaming, but this is Kali Yuga. But Tukaram was so innocent, he said, they will pay next year. If they don't pay, anyway, it's not my money or your money, it belongs to Lord Vittal. And his wife was saying, Veda Manas, madman, my misfortune. And then Lord Vittal was worried. A devotee is dependent on Krishna. So Krishna is worried about his devotee. The Lord Vittal, he disguised himself as a servant. He went to every home in the village where Tukaram was sold. He went to every home. Please open the door. Open the door. Who are you? You know, in Dehu Gaon, there is one great Seth, one rich man. His name is Tukaram. I am the servant of Tukaram and my name is Vittal. Okay, so what do you want? You know, you had purchased some chilies just few days back. I have come to collect the money. So they were embarrassed. They said, oh, chili, we took chilies, but we don't remember how much we took. And I remember, you don't remember, no problem. I will tell you, you took 2 kgs, you took 3 kgs. So he went to every home and collected the money on behalf of Tukaram. Krishna becomes subordinate to his pure devotee. And he collected all the money, then again went back to Dehu. Again disguised himself. He went to the home of Tukaram Maharaj. And they asked, Hare Krishna, what is supposed to do? Tukaram Maharaj was surprised. Who are you? Said, I am a representative of the village where you sold all these chilies. Said, what do you want? This is the money for all the merchandise which you sold. Tukaram said, money? I was not expecting anywhere. No, but we are also well-to-do people. Why should we take free? Here is the money. And Tukaram Maharaj took that money and told the Supreme Lord Vittal to go and get some ghee. Because ghee was very available for a low price. So he brought some ghee. And Tukaram Maharaj put some nice feast, halwa, sweet. And he gave it to Lord Vittal also. And Lord Shiva was passing by. Lord Shiva saw that the feast going on, he also joined. That is in our parampara. If you know a feast is going on, you can join. Tukaram Maharaj was, and there were so many stories. I don't have time to go into it, but so many people tried to harass Tukaram Maharaj, but Lord Vittal always protected him. One of the envious person, what is that, Ram Shastri, was so envious. Rameshwar Shastri, he was so envious that Tukaram, what is this nonsense you are doing? Actually, what he would do, he would take the abhangs written by Tukaram Maharaj and he put his name. Just like a song is there, Bhagati Vinod Kahe, he would put his name. You know, Rameshwar Shastri Kahe. Tuka Kahe, Tuka Mane in Maharashtra. It's like in Karnataka you have Kanakadas. You know? So Kanakadas name is there in the end. The name of the poet is there. He would take that same poetry and he would put his name. Salumali, yes, Salumali, yes. That was not Rameshwar, Salumali. He would sometimes take some abhanga written by Tukaram Maharaj and tell to his servant, I am going to tell an abhanga, please write it down in my name. And he would recite the abhanga because he had memorized. And then he would forget one line. So his servant, he would say, his servant was joking, he knew. His servant said, Baga, in the, what you have written in the paper, see, what do you mean? Manache doda ne baga, from the mind's eyes you can see. And then he would recite that song. So Rameshwar Shastri, he was so envious, he said, all your writings are bogus. Throw them away in the Indriyani river. And Tukaram Maharaj was so humble, he did not defend himself. All his lifetime's work, big pile of books, he just threw it in the river Indriyani. That river is still there. You've been there, Gopinath Prabhu. You've been to Devur. It's very near Pune next time, 20 kilometers. So all the granthas. And Tukaram Maharaj, of course, he wanted to give that knowledge to others. So he prayed to Lord that if it is your desire, you may return. He started fasting. 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, 12 days. On the 13th day, the Lord arranged that the granthas, they automatically reappeared. And this proved the authenticity of Tukaram Maharaj. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that Tukaram Maharaj, his style of preaching was similar to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's style. They also have got mridangas, but little different. And in Maharashtra it is very popular, Tukaram Maharaj's style. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Pandharpur, he was so enamored, attracted by the form of Lord Vittal, he just started dancing. Just by seeing Lord Vittal, Lord Chaitanya was dancing in ecstasy with raised hands and he was loudly crying out the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada writes in the purport, the city of Pandharpur is situated on the bank of the river Bhima. It is said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initiated Tukaram Maharaj. The Tukaram Maharaj became his disciple. Tukaram Acharya became very famous in Maharashtra and he spread Sankirtan movement all over the province. The Sankirtan party, which is belonging to Tukaram Maharaj, is very popular in Mumbai, and all over Maharashtra there are many Varkaris who are followers of Tukaram Maharaj. His book is known as Abhanga. Just like we have, songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, songs of Narottam, Kanakadas, so many devotees. When you write something in song form, it becomes easy to remember. You sing. It's like even simple thing like A, B, C, D. If you just try to memorize A, B, C, D, it's very cumbersome. But you teach your child A, B, C, D, you just sing it like A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Remember J, J, your childhood pastimes? That's how it's very easy to learn. Tukaram Maharaj wrote this Abhang, and very powerful Abhang. It very strongly condemns sense gratification and very, very strongly encourages devotional service. There's one song of Tukaram Maharaj I had learned when I was in 4th standard. That was the year around 1971. Just about 50 years back. I just remember it. The verse was जेकार अंजले गांजले ध्यान से मने जो आपुले देवती तेज जानावे मृदु सपाय नवनी तैसे सजना चित जैसे अपंगुते नाई ध्यान से मने जो आपुले. It really follows. If you don't understand, then just say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is the meaning of all the Abhangas. But I will tell you the meaning from Marathi. I remember. Please correct me if I am wrong. It says, Jekar Anjale Ganjale, that person who is rejected by society, that person who has no relatives, who has no money, who is socially rejected, Tyanse Mane Jo Apule, who is willing to embrace such a person, give shelter to such a person who has no other hope. Such a person is a saint. A saint is one who sees equal vision. A learned Brahmana, a cow, a dog and a dog eater, a very rich man, a poverty-stricken man. Because he sees God in everyone. He doesn't think, oh, yeah, I should be with this person, he can give me a large donation. What is the use of this person? He cannot even write his own name, he is illiterate fool. But in God's eyes, all living beings are dear. God loves everybody. Because everybody, it's like a mother has 2 children. One is very intelligent, is a scholar in IIT. The other happens to be mentally retarded. The mother will love both the children because similarly God loves all living beings. Tukaram Maharaj wrote many such Abhangas. In the next verse, Prabhupada writes, Lord Vitthala in Pandharpur is the form of Lord Vishnu with 2 hands. He is Narayan but 2-handed form. Only Narayan is 4-handed, but Lord Vitthala is 2-handed form. And you'll be amazed. This last week I was in, not last week, but 29th, I was in Pandharpur for that weekend. Thousands of people coming for Ekadashi. Men and women who are more than 70 years old, standing in the queue for almost 6 hours, 8 hours, just to get a moment's darshan of Lord Vitthala. And here one good thing is, if you come in the proper line, there are 2 ways of darshan. One is Mukha darshan and Charan darshan. Mukha darshan is very fast, just you have to see from distance. But if you go through the big line, then Charan darshan, you are allowed to touch the lotus feet of it. It's the only deity I know of where everybody can touch the lotus feet of the Lord. So Lord Chaitanya went and he was dancing for a long time in front of Lord Vitthala. And one Brahmana came, he says, my Lord, please come to my home for prasad. And Lord went to his home and with great respect he was serving the Maharashtra style prasad. And then, Lord, somebody came and said, Mahaprabhu, there is some news. Madhavendra Puri had many great disciples. And one of them was Ishwara Puri. And Lord Chaitanya accepted initiation from Ishwara Puri. So one of the other disciples of Madhavendra Puri was Sri Rangapuri. And Sri Rangapuri is now in Pandharpur and is staying at the home of a Brahman which is very nearby from here. Lord Chaitanya immediately after eating prasad, he ran to meet the god brother of his spiritual master. Lord Chaitanya was showing by his example how one should not only honor one's spiritual master but also honor equally the god brother of one's spiritual master. It's like ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada is our grand spiritual master. So there are so many wonderful disciples of Prabhupada, and one should respect all of them, seeing them as expansions of Prabhupada's mercy. So Lord Chaitanya went to Sri Rangapuri and he saw him sitting. Lord Chaitanya offered his Dandavat Pranam, and as he offered his Pranam, his limbs were shivering in ecstasy. Tears were coming out of his eyes, and he was trembling and perspiring and chanting Hari 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 Hari. Just say, let us test who can chant for longer time. I have one partner in Rohit Prabhu and Sarthak, and so 4, and you are 40. Let us see who can chant for longer time. Hari 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 I said last time, I am the umpire and I am the player also. Actually the name Hari is very mysterious. The name Hari means thief, one who steals. Lord Hari steals away the heart of his sincere devotees. Lord captures the mind of his pure devotees. If you chant the name Hari, you will lose all material desire and you will become a completely devoted to Lord Krishna. So please, I advise you, please do not chant the name of Hari. Please do not chant Hari 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 Hari. Just chant Hari, no more worry. So Lord Chaitanya was dancing and he was perspiring, and then Sri Rangapuri, he said, get up, get up. He embraced. Lord Chaitanya said, I think you have some connection with Madhavendra Puri, my spiritual master Madhavendra Puri, and you are exhibiting this advanced symptoms of ecstasy that is only possible if we have some connection with Madhavendra Puri. And Sri Rangapuri embraced Madhavendra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, I am a disciple of Ishwara Puri, and Ishwara Puri is a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So I am like your nephew. So Guru is like father. So all the godfathers of the spiritual master, they are like uncles. So that is why Lord Chaitanya respected all of his spiritual uncles as much as he respected his spiritual father. Finally, Lord Chaitanya said, let us have Krishna Katha. Dui jane Krishna Katha kore ratri dine. Just like we are coming close 8:30 and repent by 9, they would end at ratri dine. From night to day to night. How many days? 5-7 din, 7 days Krishna Katha. After 7 days, then he asked him, Tumhara janmasthan kotha ache? Ishwar Rangapuri asked Lord Chaitanya, where is your birthplace? And Nimai replied, Amara janmasthan Navadvip. I am from Navadvip. Navadvip. Then Rangapuri said, I went to Navadvip with my spiritual master Madhavendra Puri. I travelled to Navadvip Dham and I saw all the holy places there. It's a beautiful place. And I went to one devotee's home. I remember his name was Jagannath Mishra. He didn't know that Lord Chaitanya is the son of Jagannath Mishra. He said, I went to the home of Jagannath Mishra and the Bhiksha Karaila. He gave such nice prasad. His wife Chachi Devi cooked such excellent mocha ghanta. This is something made of bananas, curry made of banana flowers. And this lady, Jagannath Mishra's wife, is so sincere and devotee. She would treat all the sannyasis as her own son. She would cook for them and feed them. And she is like the mother of the universe. And there is nobody equal to her in cooking. Putra sama sneha kare sannyasi the bhojan. She would serve these sannyasis just like her own son. This is the attitude a brahmachari or a sannyasi should have towards every woman. That is why we say Mataji. Means just like I respect my mother, same way I respect you. Not only to me, elderly age, even the women may be much younger. The brahmachari addresses every woman as Mataji. And even a Grahastha, except for one's wedded wife, he sees every woman as Mataji. Chanakya Pandit says, Matravat Paradareshu, all women except one's wife is to be seen like mother. Atmavat Sarabhuteshu, see every living being as you would like yourself to be seen. Treat others as you would want them to treat you. Loshtavat Pravadraveshu, see others' money as garbage. Never try to steal or accept others' money. Ya Pashet Sa Pandita, one who sees like this, he is truly an educated man, educated woman. Same applies for men. Men see women and women see men. Respectful. Then there is no exploitation. Then there is proper behavior. So Lord Chaitanya's mother was feeding the sannyasis, and Sri Rangapuri told, I remember one of her sons came here to Pandharpur as a sannyasi. His name was Shankararanya Swami. He came to this place and he attained samadhi. He left his body and went back to the spiritual world. And then Lord Chaitanya smiled and said, Purva ashrame teho mora bhrata. Bhrata means brother. You're talking about Shankararanya Swami. He was my brother. And Jagannath Mishra mora pita. You are saying you went to this home, had nice prasad. That was my father and mother, Chachi Mata. And then they kept on talking for a long time. And then Sri Rangapuri said, I have to go to Dwarka. So he left for Dwarka. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his bath in the Bhima, Chandrabhaga river also it is called. And then he again went to see the temple of Lord Vithala. Every day he would see Lord Vithala. He was there for almost 11 days. He would have darshan of Lord Vithala. His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj was once joking. Darshan kela ki darshan dila. Whether Lord Chaitanya had darshan of Vithala or Vithala had darshan of Lord Chaitanya, which is correct? Both are correct. Because Jai Gaura, say Krishna, say Vithala, same Lord. I will go a little fast because today is the last session and we have a lot of things to cover. But certain things I will cover tomorrow morning. For those of you it's possible, please come. In these 3-4 days I have tried to cover the entire South India Yatra of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which according to the great Acharyas is the manifestation of the compassionate nature of the Supreme Lord Shri Gaur Sundar. Even in Navadvip, Lord Chaitanya preached, but that was not so much deep compassion. Even Lord Chaitanya went to Vrindavan, that is also he showed compassion. In Varanasi, he converted all the Prakash and the Saraswati's Mayavadis to Gaudiya Vaishnavas. But even more than that is Lord Chaitanya's tour of South India. He came to Srirangam, he came to Pandharpur, he came to Tirupati. It's quite possible he may have passed through Bangalore also. Because you see the map, he's coming to all the areas nearby. You are also fortunate that you are residing in South India. The Lord Chaitanya gave so much mercy. But now we have to accept the mercy. A very wonderful devotee was, Amarendra Prabhu, he is a very good speaker. He was saying that now we have got birth in Bharatvarsh, plus we have come into contact with Prabhupada and a bona fide parampara, plus we have got the Hare Krishna mantra, plus we have got Prabhupada's books. Everything is like we have got access to go to the spiritual world. But we must utilize it. Like somebody has a flight ticket, he has a car going to the airport, he has everything, boarding pass, but he must board the flight. So let us not miss this golden opportunity to go back to God. All we have to do is just read Prabhupada's books, serve Prabhupada and the devotees, and sincerely cry out the holy name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. From Pandharpur, Lord Chaitanya next came to a very, very holy place, which is the bank of the Krishna river, the junction of two rivers, Krishna and Venna. Anybody has known where Krishna river is? Anybody has taken bath in Krishna river? Krishna river starts from Mahabaleshwar and then it goes down in Mangalgiri, Vijayawada, it is very prominent, right? Mangalgiri is very, very broad Krishna river. In fact, so many fights take place because of the water of the Krishna river. Where it belongs. They forget Krishna is the owner of Krishna river. So Lord Chaitanya went to this place called Satara, between Pune and Kolhapur. When you come from Pune to Bangalore by car or by bus or by one of the routes of train, then you come to Satara. There's a holy river Krishna, Venna Sangam. And Lord Chaitanya came there and he saw some Brahmanas. They were reading one book called Krishna Caritamrita. Lord Chaitanya liked this book so much. He said, I want to make a copy. In those times, nowadays if you want to make a copy, you just scan, or you said a PDF file, you spend some button, WhatsApp and link, or a cloud. Isn't there a cloud also, right? Sansarada, Ghana Ghanatvam. But in those times, it was so difficult to make a copy. If I have to make a copy of this book, it would take me at least 1 month. You take a piece of pan leaf and scribe onto it. Lord Chaitanya also said, I want a copy. The devotees made a copy. And Lord took with him this very special book known as Krishna Caritamrita. Anybody knows who wrote this book? Bilumangal Thakur. You know the story of Bilumangal Thakur? He was earlier very much, actually he is a pure devotee, but he was acting as if he was a materialistic person and very much attached to a prostitute. Although he was having his married family, but he would go to visit the prostitute. He was so attached that one day, it was the day of his father's Shraddha. And he would tell the Brahmanas, please do the Shraddha very fast, I want to go. He didn't tell them where he wanted to go. So it became late in the evening. He had to cross the river. There were no boats. But he was so determined, he was so attached to this sinful activity that he crossed the river holding something floating in the water. When he crossed, and then he saw that the lights were off. He had to go up. So he saw one rope hanging from the top, and he entered, caught hold of the rope, entered through the window. The prostitute was shocked. It's the middle of the night. How could you come? There's no boats. So he said, I found something floating. And then she saw it was a corpse, a dead body. And how did you come up with this rope? It's not a rope, it's a serpent, not a plastic serpent. Once we were in Belgaum, in the Kirtan, somebody threw a plastic serpent and everybody ran away. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Krishna will protect us, provided we get out of the house. But he actually caught hold of that poisonous snake. And the prostitute said, you are so foolish just to enjoy this dying body which is nothing but a lump of flesh and stool and urine and blood. If you had that much attachment for serving Krishna, you would have seen Krishna face to face. And then Bilumangal Thakur decided, yes, my Guru is speaking. And he left everything and dedicated to Krishna. So this book is written after his realization, Bilumangal Thakur. Somagiri was a spiritual master in his past life. And he was feeling this spiritual master is speaking through this prostitute. We should learn to see that my Guru can speak through others also. And this book, Lord Chaitanya liked so much, he said, I want a copy of this book. And there's one other book Lord Chaitanya took from his South India tour. And that was Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. If you take a test of Brahma Samhita, everybody will get at least 25% marks. Because Govindam Adi Purusham, last line everybody will get. Krishna Govinda is everything. I will summarize the remaining places. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, there is no comparison to this book called Krishna Caritamrita. By studying this book, one is elevated to the stage of pure devotional service to Krishna. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Mahishmatipur. He saw many holy places on the bank of the river Narmada. You know Narmada? There are many holy rivers like, can you name one? Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada,
Sindhu.
Tungabhadra, yes, it's from Hampi. So many. First time I'm hearing that. Anyway, say like that. Actually, Prabhupada writes that the best place to chant the holy name is to chant on the bank of a holy river. So you see, previous time the sadhus would have their bhajan kutia to the place where the holy rivers are, because the network coverage is better. Krishna's mercy. It's like if you want to have an IT office, it will be good coverage in internet. So here is Krishna's mercy. Then Lord Chaitanya came to Dhanush. Nimai Lila taking place live. We may be thinking he's disturbing us. He must be thinking Krishna is disturbing me. Because everything is relative. So then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to what is now called Hampi. I think that pastime I already told yesterday. Rishyamukh Parvat, you have seen. Lord Ramchandra performed austerities there. For 4 months, when Lord Ram tied up an agreement with Sugriva that I will help you get back your kingdom, you please help me to get back Mother Sita. So Sugriva, he got back his kingdom, but he said, now is the rainy season, so I will not be able to help you after 4 months. So Lord Ram was waiting for 4 months and he was meditating. If you go to Hampi, you will see there is a mountain called Malyavanta Parvat, and there is a deity of Lord Ramchandra, and he has a mala in his hand. Anybody seen that? Lord Ram's deity in Hampi. What is he chanting? The name of Sita. Remembering Sita. It's a Vipralamba. And after 4 months, Sugriva completely forgot about the promise, and Lord Ram told Lakshman, go and remind Sugriva. So Lakshman became very angry. Lord Ram told, don't get angry, but still Lakshman could not control. He went marching. And he would take the trees and just knock them off. In the meanwhile, Hanumanji and some of the monkeys went and told, Sugriva Prabhu, utho, utho. Sugriva was intoxicated. And then he got up and he saw Lakshman coming. He was so upset. Then Sugriva told Tara, who was earlier the wife of Vali, that please go and pacify Lakshman. So Lakshman was coming and Tara just spoke some kind words. But Lakshman was very angry. He said, Sugriva, on this earth, the earth can tolerate any burden, but the earth cannot tolerate somebody who is ungrateful. Lord Ram helped you get back the kingdom and you are completely forgotten your promise. I will cut. He was so angry that he was going to kill. And Sugriva just begged forgiveness. He said, please, please forgive. After all, we are monkeys. Even human beings get entangled in sense gratification. We are monkeys, please forgive. And immediately Sugriva sent his army to search for Sita in the 4 directions. So that place, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there also. There were 7 trees. And these trees were the very trees from the time of Treta Yuga. When Lord Ramchandra, when he wanted to fight with Vali, Sugriva said, I am not confident whether you can kill Vali. If you are really competent, then you should throw this dead body to a long distance. This body of one demon whose name was Dunduvi. So Lord Ram very effortlessly picked up and threw it 100 miles. Whereas, Vali had thrown it only 10 miles. So Lord Ram said, are you satisfied? Am I competent to fight with Vali? Sugriva said, no, I still have doubts. Because when Vali threw, he was live. Now you are throwing a dead body, that is much easier. But here I can see there are 7 trees. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pillars. There are 7 trees. If you can pierce these 7 trees with an arrow, which Vali could do, then I will think you will pass the CET or CAT, the entrance exam. The Lord Ram said, not with 7 arrows, with 1 arrow. He just took out of his tarka. Each arrow went past the tree, came out, again went to the next tree, then went down to the earth, came out and back into his quiver. And then Lord Ram smiled and said, am I competent to fight now? I said, yes, no problem. And then we know the story how there was a fight and finally Lord Ram killed. When Lord Chaitanya came, the 7 trees were still standing, and Lord Chaitanya came and embraced the trees and sent them back to Godhead. And everyone who saw, they said, this is Lord Ramchandra who has come again in Kali Yuga. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from there he went back to Vidyanagar, Kovur. Again he met Ramanand Rai. We had started the katha from Ramanand Rai. And again he came back to Ramanand Rai. And then Ramanand Rai was so happy. And Lord Chaitanya told him that, you give up all your job assignments now and come and join me in Jagannath Puri. Ramanand Rai was employed by King Pratap Rudra. If he has to take a leave, he has to ask permission from his boss. So he went to King Pratap Rudra and said, please grant me leave. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants me to spend time with him. Now just one thing you should know is that Lord Chaitanya prohibited King Pratap Rudra from meeting him. He said, I don't want to see your face. And now Ramanand Rai is his employee and he is told, you can come and meet me. So suppose you are the employer and your employee is getting a pass to attend a program and you are not getting, so you will feel envious. But Lord King Pratap said, go, I will give you permission. You will get double salary without coming to work. I hope all of the devotees get such a job. Double salary without. So then Ramanand Rai joined, and we will continue tomorrow morning how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came back to Jagannath Puri, and in Jagannath Puri he was welcomed. One last story which I just forgot was there one devotee named Kala Krishna Das. Anybody knows who is Kala Krishna Das? Who was Kala Krishna Das? He was the assistant of Lord Chaitanya in South India Yatra. While they were in a place called Mallar Desh in Kerala, there was a group of people whose name was Bhattahari, and they were of very low character. They were dressed like sannyasis, but would engage in abominable activities in having illicit relations with women. Not only that, they would catch hold of young sannyasis and would forcibly make them engage in such sinful activity. So they attracted even Kala Krishna Das, who is a personal assistant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, traveling with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was lured by them and he left Lord Chaitanya and joined the Bhattahari movement. He left ISKCON and went to Bhattahari movement. And then Lord Chaitanya got up in the morning. Oh, where is my assistant? Where is Kala Krishna Das? And he went looking and he saw he was in the middle of the, Bhattahari camp. And Lord Chaitanya was very angry. But he controlled his anger. He told the Bhattaharis, I am a sannyasi, you are a sannyasi. He didn't say, I am one of it, you are bogus. We are both sannyasis. Why did you take my assistant? I want him back. And these Bhattaharis were so cruel, they did not listen. They took out swords and javelins and they were throwing all the weapons on Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And how did Lord Chaitanya retaliate? Sword for sword? No, nothing. Lord Chaitanya was just smiling. And all the weapons just took a U-turn and cut off their heads. Somebody threw a sword, the sword would come back. Ye yatha mam prapadyanti. And all their lips were cut and they were crying in pain, and Lord Chaitanya ran and caught hold of the hairs of his assistant Kala Krishna Das and brought him back to Jagannath Puri. After coming to Puri, Lord Chaitanya said, see this man's character. He left me and joined the Bhattahari movement. I have nothing to do with him. I reject him. But Kala Krishna was crying, but Lord Chaitanya showed no mercy. But the devotees are more merciful than the Lord. The devotees told Lord Chaitanya, they discussed how we can engage him. They knew that he is the only person who has been Lord Chaitanya for 2 years. He had a complete, if he had a mobile, he would have had a complete video. But he had a complete video in his heart. So everybody would want to know the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. So we will do one trick. We will send him to Mayapur to give a report of Lord Chaitanya's South India Yatra to all the residents of Mayapur, including Mother Shachi and Srivastava. But they had to have permission of Lord Chaitanya. How to get permission? They told Lord Chaitanya, we want to send one devotee. They didn't say the name. Can we send one devotee to Mayapur? Lord Chaitanya said, you do as you like. And in this way, he got permission. We will discuss tomorrow what that conversation. We will have a 5 minutes sitting kirtan because we can concentrate better. And pray to Lord Jagannath that our minds may always be engaged.